I will tell you what I personally believe about education and how I choose to educate, because I got children right now and I homeschool them. And it ain't because I'm like, you know, I'm a better, you know, it's because like in the public school system, you know, just, man, like, I mean, like, I believe it's a certain, I want my kids to learn history, for example. So I choose the curriculum that I want them to learn. You know what I'm saying? When my 5-year-old daughter is doing her she knows the multiplication table, and she's doing cursive writing and multiplication. It's like, look, man, let's give these kids the skills they need to be successful people. You know, and so that's just how I'm choosing to educate my kids, you know, as far as like teaching them how to eat, you know, teaching them about you know, the environment, how to take care of the environment. Yeah. Teaching them things that they can practice in life, not when they become adults, but even right now. You know what I'm saying? And like the whole sit in the classroom for 8 hours a day and you only learn for 45 minutes a day, and you know, you take attendance, and you know it's you know, it's cool, man, if you want to do that. It's some amazing schools out there, and facilities and organizations, and I ain't trying to knock that. And when I find one of those for my children, you know, I think education is important. I think hip hop, I hang around a lot of artists, yo, not just hip hop artists, and I think that art is you know, not the artist understating it, but you know, a lot of people hold intellect and academics in a very high regard, and then arts is kind of almost like, well, if you want to take an art class, you know, that's cool, but it's, you know, math is mandatory, science is mandatory, and maybe learning a language or playing an instrument is optional. And it's like, look, man, everything around us is an artist created it. The books we read from our artists, the programs on our computers, the cars we drive, the clothes we wear, our hair, artists design everything all around us. And when you combine art with mathematics or science or whatever, you get MySpace, or you get, you know, plastic, or whatever you want to call it. And so I think art's got to be mandatory, man. You see the world in a whole, and in different colors and shapes and sizes and all of that, man. Yeah. You know, and I think that there are some schools and some administrations that's kind of realizing that, and you seeing more programs pop up, you know, on college campuses and in some high schools here and there, you know. But, you know, if it's publicly funded or state funded or something and the budget get cut, the first thing that's going to get cut is going to be art. And I just think that, you know, program or not, you know, parents, teachers, communities need to emphasize art, whether it's music, dance, photography, you know, graphic. It's, you know, art, like I said, it's all around us, you know. And you know, I just think that's important. Yeah, it's very important. You know,
what kind of a role does hip hop play in educating people as well?
Well, if any. For me, I mean, you can, you know, metaphorically speaking, I mean, you can look at it as being sort of like a reporter. You know, I mean, you got a guy on the street, he could talk about selling drugs all day and they would say it's negative, he's talking about drugs. But then then you got people that'll do a documentary and call it Cocaine Cowboys, and it's the same exact thing. So you can call it, I mean, some hip hop is like documentary. Some hip hop is like you know, reporting. A lot of MCs, you know, I learned a lot about black history and a lot about just self-motivation listening to hip-hop. I learned a lot about business from hip-hop, and not just learning how to rap and manage a rap career. But, you know, you got a lot of business that's associated with hip-hop, from law to merchandising to fashion design to, you know, graphic arts and all of that, journalism. Right. And so I just think that for me, like, you know, hip hop taught me a lot about economics. It taught me how to support, you know what I'm saying, myself. It taught me, I traveled all around. It's my passport. My passport is not a blue booklet. My passport is hip hop. And it's beautiful because when I get to Romania, when I get to Greece or wherever I go, we might not speak the same language. The English might be broken, but when you drop some Big L, you know what I'm saying, or some Slum Village or whatever, it's like, man, that's the universal language right there. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see people wilding out to your music or the same music you grew up on and you can relate to, and then it opens a door to like so many other things, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So we got time for probably like one more question. Do you have a certain message or idea that, you know, you're trying to convey to the audience, or when they leave from a live show that you're trying to, you know?
Yeah, I got a couple of different messages, and I mean overall it's like, yo, let's come together and have a good time, you know, whatever it is. You know, I don't believe every MC should be the same. Every MC should be political, or every MC should be, I think every artist should perfect their craft, should perfect their art, you know. And so my message is, yo, let's just come together and just have a good time, you know, and appreciate some art. I'm just playing some art up here. You know, I'm providing a service, and yo, let me know how you feel. If you feeling it, make some noise. You know, if you ain't feeling it, let me know what I can do. So at the end of the day, it's like, look, man, this hip-hop thing, we can have a good time. We can do business. We can have education. We can, you know, provide alternatives to violence and all kind of other things with this hip-hop, and that's the message that I'm trying to provide. You know, I grew up, you know, in Michigan. You know, I made some mistakes in my life. I went to prison for a couple of years. So when I go to these high schools and these juvenile detention centers and these alternative schools and stuff like that, you know, my goal is to tell them, like, look, man, you know, don't get in trouble. Avoid these traps and these pitfalls. And even if you don't and you get caught up, you can still get up, brush yourself off. And that's regardless if you black, white, you from a rich family, a poor family, you a rapper or not. Everybody got struggles, you know what I'm saying? So everybody falls sometimes. You got to brush yourself up, and you got to keep it moving. And my life is a testament of that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people counted me out a long time ago, man. But you know, I don't want to say all praises due to hip hop, because all praises due to God. But you know, hip hop taught me how to. It exposed me to some real shit. You know, and I meet amazing people every day. So my thing is, just live and learn, man. You know, live and learn and enjoy. Just enjoy this moment, man. Enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.